Well, g'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a Sony amp. That's what model is it? It's a studio amp, and I can't even see a model on the front. Yes, I can. It's an STR-DE485. Okay, it's a theatre amp. Now, the guy that owns it said it's just not going properly. Bit of a worry when it comes in with the top off it. I'm not real sure about the story behind it, but I'm going to have a look at it and work out what's going on with it. So I'll bring us in closer, and as I usually do, and we'll have a look at the front, the back, and then what's inside. Is there any evidence of anything, or what? This could be a little bit of an unknown one to start with, with this sort of thing. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, now here's the unit. I'm just trying to keep the glare off it a bit. As you can see in the reflection there, my front door's open. So that, it lets in a little bit of sunshine and makes it quite nice in here. But it's a bit of a problem when you got reflection on things. But anyway, there's the amp. I'm not going to go through all this. A lot of these theatre systems, I don't understand myself. I don't have one, and I know they take an awful lot of setting up. So, there's the front. That's all I can tell you about it. And the model number is over there, as you saw, STR-DE485. Okay, so that's that bit. Okay, let's turn him around. And what have we got here? I'm learning this myself right at the moment. Front speakers, left and right. Okay, centre speaker, surround speaker. Sub. Okay, the rest are inputs. So this is the only bit we're interested in at the moment. Speaker connectors, and possibly an aerial for the FM tuner. All the rest, multi-channel in, we won't be using that here in the workshop. A CD, tape, DVD, video 1, video 2. So, and the monitor, composite monitor sockets, aerial socket for your FM antenna. Okay, let's lift the lid. Let's have a look at what's inside, and then I'll arrange to put some speakers on this thing. Okay. And there we go. Not much in it, he says. Yeah, well, there is a bit. Okay, so this is what we've got. Standard looking layout for one of these amps. Overcomplicated. Everyone listens to a mono Bluetooth speaker now, and we've gone from 7.1 to 1. It's really odd. Doesn't look to be any transistors faulty in there. I'll just give you a look at those. Now, guys, I haven't seen one of these for quite some time. The last one I did was a power supply problem. I don't know whether this is a supply problem or what it is. But there's none of the transistors that have been blown to pieces. There's a lot of, well, looks like fresh, very fresh heatsink compound. It's sort of all smeared down, and there is a pile of it. So, well, no worries with making contact and working, but Why? Has it had new transistors in this? Or what? And of course, you can't see anything from the bottom. You've got to pull the whole board out. Yeah. Okay, let's put some speakers on it. We'll fire it up and see what she's doing. White being positive on these cables. Okay. Front left. And we'll just use a couple of alligator clips there. Front right. Okay, we'll do the same on this side. Righto. Now I'll probably put this one through the dim bulb. We've got no idea what it's doing, so I don't want any flash bangs on the bench. So, okay. Cables all arranged. Dim bulb on. Okay, we'll go straight to 230 volts, as long as we're on dim. And, well, this should start up in standby. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Have we got anything? We're dead. Whoa. Okay. I think okay, stop that. We'll go to the second lamp. I think the other lamp may be a little bit of a problem. We'll try it. And yeah, our other lamp was a little bit too low. Okay. What are we drawing? 28 watts? Okay. Whoa. We could have voltage on the speakers. We might just turn that off for a minute. Let's check the speaker line. Stop for a bit of voltage. Wants to turn itself on. Let's see here. Where's our speakers? Down here. What have we got? Okay. No voltage. Nothing on the speaker line. There's our speaker relay kicked in. Nothing there. Just a whole lot of hum. Well, we certainly have got hum. Voltage. Where's our bridge? There we go, 34 volts. Yeah. I'm just looking back onto the voltage there on the speaker line. The other speaker line may not be ground. Let's try and work as quickly as I can here in case there is voltage. No, there is no volts. No voltage at all on the speaker line. Yeah. Boy. Okay, can we select radio? FM. We still have hum. Okay. I'll try and get some FM in here. I'll put a little piece of wire on the aerial. Don't need the outside aerial for this one. Okay, let's see if we got anything there. We're scanning. It obviously mutes when it's scanning. And it's not picking up anything. I am well, front panel is fairly dim. Okay, let's try something else. Gee, this sounds shocking. CD. Okay, nothing there. TUNA. Nothing there. But I think we're actually muted, I think. The hum's gone away. Like, okay. We'll see, can we get something else on the TUNA? Not picking up much there. We should. FM is fairly good in here in the workshop. There's some stations that are fairly close. We've got awful hum there. Turn this off, back onto standby. Turn it back on. Okay. Okay. Guys, I'm going to go on to CD input and I'll input a signal from my unit up the top, which is up there, and we'll see what we can get. Okay, we won't play too much of that. Now, out of here, we'll go into CD. So CD is there. Okay.
Charlie's Takeaway is now open in West Bathurst. Get ready to enjoy classic burgers.
And that's a terrible ad to do any sort of a terrible ad to do any sort of evaluation on.
Satisfy your hunger.
Come on.
8:30 in London.
It's someone talking in a drum, and yeah.
Operated Happy Feet Early Learning Service has been
Or is it? Is it
14 years.
mode?
Happy Feet is a bachelor qualified
Oh, it's this thing. Okay.
parent who needs care for your family. Little one for school. Happy Feet is there to nurture and educate.
Oh, blimey.
Learning service in on Facebook.
Your business, the lights are on and you're paying the bill. But what if you could slash your costs? Talk to Tilston's Electrical, your local solar company.
Well, everything seems to be
With systems tailored for business and Airbnb. Even if you lease the building, you'll
not too bad. But
Google Tilston's
I don't have a left side. Do we have a balance on this thing? Menu.
Is the only name to remember when it's time to buy and install your new Techo and stay warm. Techo has been crowned Australia's most reliable air conditioner at the 20th
Gee, these things are difficult.
with a perfect trust score of 100%.
Especially for an old bloke like me. Okay.
Till you ask about the government.
There's treble, and we're changing modes.
Deadlines and daily responsibilities, finding time for a quality meal can be
Okay, 2-channel
Introducing
mode.
Union Bank, designed with your busy schedule in mind. From Monday to Friday, take a break in our relaxed and welcoming space where speed meets quality, allowing you to savor a delicious and affordable meal fast.
How about we
Book
go to
online at
TUNA?
ub.au or simply stop by the Union Bank between 12 and 3. The Union
Go
Bank,
back to
West.
TUNA. And this appears to be where our hum's coming in. From over on this board, I'd say. I think. FM. AM. Yeah, okay. AM is where the hum is coming from. Now it'll be on this board. This is your tuner board, obviously. I'll bring us in on this one. There you go. Our light bulb is lit up a little bit there, but yeah, that's what we've got on AM. Not very much. There's 2 power regulators here. We can have a look at them. I don't have a circuit on this one. I haven't downloaded. I'm just trying to find a place where you can see that. I haven't downloaded a circuit yet. I think I'm going to need one. Okay. Go to a ground point and we'll look it up here. What have we got? 8 volts. That'll be an 8 volt reg. What's going in? That'll be a 6 volt reg, 6.7 with 8 going in. Okay, what's the other one? 7, 5, be a 5 volt reg on there. No worries. Well, this is the tuner board, so I'm thinking removing this board and find out what's going on. we can unplug a couple of things here. We can unplug this one, makes no difference because that's our inputs from the back. We can unplug maybe our FM tuner, see if it makes any difference, or is it FM AM tuner? Yes, okay, both the tuners are running together there. Okay, is it a combined tuner? AM, yes, it all goes into the one tuner block here on the back. This fella. Might as well take that off, makes no difference. Can I tune in a station of any description? How do I get manual mode? I just want to be able to hear a station on this, guys, so I want to put a little bit of wire in here and see what's going on. Okay. Okay, we do have gain in the station. Sounds like the power supply to the tuner, doesn't it? Okay, let's see, can we get any stations? No. Let's see here, can I... it's not picking up any stations, so... okay, there we go. That's the local station. And as you can hear, there's just lots and lots and lots of hum on that. So obviously the tuner on AM is not working, or very horrible. FM, we still have a hum. Okay, so the problem is in here, it's the tuner. Let's get the tuner out. We'll have a look at what it is and we'll work out, we'll probably see what's going on here. We'll work out where that hum is actually coming from. There we go, there's our tuner. AM and FM. And at least with this thing, we can actually plug it in here and work on this without it being in the unit. Righto. Let's have a look at this one. What could be possibly wrong that would cause a very nasty hum? Nearly got to be supply, isn't it? Because the actual hum I'm hearing is 50 cycle. If you want the model of the tuner or anything like that, you guys, there it is. Means nothing to me. I'm not familiar with these. And I'm flying blind here, so hopefully we can see something. Let's see if we can pop the top off. Okay, not much to that. Now if we unplug this, the hum goes away. But there's nothing obvious in there. There is a small cap there that looks a little bit sus, a a small electro, but really there's nothing in there that looks at all like causing the problem. So maybe it is our supply to the tuner. I might have to drag out a circuit on this, guys. Maybe if we have a look at the board here. Yeah, we've got no voltages, nothing marked on here. But as I said, if I turn this on now, and there she goes, dead silent. But it could be only the supply to the tuner. So we could have a crook cap over here. It still could be on this board. I'm not real sure where the tuner gets its voltage from. There's a minus 30 volts there. Ground. Yeah, this doesn't tell me a lot. Probably need to inspect this board as well, but I might have to get a diagram. We'll just turn this off. Now, this goes in like this. And what I'm doing there is plugging this back in. Okay, plugging this one back in. I don't need that one at the moment. Now, guys, if it was the main power supply, we would have a whole heap of hum with the amp. So if I turn that on, and there we go. There he is. And yeah. Okay. Let's find out what's supplying power to this. I think I'll go and see whether I can find a circuit on this. Now there's some capacitors in around the regulators here. None of them at all are bulged, but something is causing a very bad hum there. So guys, I'm going to go in and download a manual on this. I want to see what supplies the radio. This could be, yeah, it could be a separate supply on the unit itself, although I don't think so, just looking at it. Yeah, so we've got a supply up here. This is all your standby supply. There's no problems there. Main power supply here, amplifier, and then signal processing board here. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to get a manual and we'll see how we go. Rightio, guys. Now I've rounded up a manual on this online from Sony, actually. And our power supply for the tuner is up in this corner where we were looking at it. Now, I'm just assuming that there's hum on the line. It's 50 cycle hum and it's getting into the tuner. So I've traced the circuit back I'll just show you this. I should be able to put this directly on the screen, but anyway. The tuner is actually 10 volts, okay? So it comes here. It comes from this regulator here, and there's a voltage doubler arrangement here, straight off the transformer. Okay, so these are caps here, and diodes. So you've got a couple of diodes there, and the caps. Feeds into the 10 volt reg. Now that goes down there to the tuner, 10 volts. Also up here for 3.3 volts, which goes to your tuner as well. So that's what it is. Those that IC, IC 902 and IC 905. If we have a bit of a look here, this is the top corner of this board here. Okay, so IC 902 is this fella, and IC 905 is this fella here. So that's the two. There's the two caps. So it could be those. It could be these. This one. They're all sort of tied up, but more than likely these ones here. Okay, so this is where we're going to start. We'll check them out, see if they read anything, and with this poor little chip coming straight off the transformer, if they're open, well, yes, we are going to get hum straight through that chip, straight into the tuner. And obviously the output of here of IC 902 doesn't show it there, but obviously goes under the board somewhere, and away it goes off up here to the tuner, where the tuner plugs in. So let's have a look at those caps. We'll change the whole lot, but first of all we'll remove the two suspect ones and check them out. The only way of getting these caps out, being a double-sided board, without wrecking it, is to cut them out, and then I'll come along and poke the pigtails out of the circuit board when I heat it up. Otherwise, you're going to drag tracks off the board. This is, yeah, a nightmare board to do anything with. Not real user friendly for sure. Okay, let's see what they measure. And they're all 470 microfarad at 16 volts. So let's see what we've got. And we're replacing these anyway, so they're in the supply. So okay, here we go. The first one. 409, so it's low, 2.8 loss, 0.6 ohm. Yeah, okay, doesn't mean a hell of a lot really, that one. The next one, okay, we'll do him. 424, 2.2 loss, ESR 0.5. So these are all 470, by the way. So 424 on that one. And the last one I've got here is a 470 as well. 425. 2.2 loss and 0.8 ohm. Well, guys, they're not horribly out of spec. They're all low, reading low, but I'm replacing them anyway, so it doesn't matter really what they are. There's another little one up here. I'd like to try and get him out if I can. These are very, very difficult to remove I'll try him from the top because underneath is a nightmare. Try and see, can we get him out? No, he's not going to come out. Guys, I'm cutting him out as well. Okay, so a little fella here. We certainly don't want to ruin this board. Don't you just love these little things to work on? 47 mic at 16 volt. So once again, we'll check him. And see what he says. Shouldn't take that long. 42. 19% loss. ESR 7.3 ohms. That one is shot. For sure. Okay. So 19% loss. Yeah, with an ESR of 7 ohms. So we know that one is no good. Okay, so there's another one down in the back here. I don't know whether to get to him or not. I'll have to see where he is in the circuit. But we'll replace these to start with. This one and those three in there, and see how we go. Now, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You know what I'm going to do. So I'll be back here in the morning, first thing, and we'll attack it then. Okay, it's getting chilly and it's getting a little bit dark. Okay, so we've got some 3 470s and a 47. And of course the 47 is totally, utterly buggered. Okay, guys, we'll be back soon, back tomorrow. It'll be 2 seconds for you guys. Rightio, guys, well, we're working on this board. Now, we know the TUNA voltage is along here somewhere. It goes to this ribbon cable that goes into the TUNA. Back here, IC902. Now, we did discover, I think I showed you this circuit earlier, that our 10 volts here to the TUNA comes from IC902. Now, back here, we've got doubler commutation. What the hell is that? I guess it's supply. Comes straight off the transformer into this block here. Now, we've got to trace this a little bit further. We've got to narrow down what's happening here. So, 902 is the 10 volt reg. I think I've explained this anyway. And then it goes to the 3.3 out to the TUNA as well. Okay, so what I downloaded then was the next bit, the actual standby power supply. Now, on just excuse me from going backwards and forwards here. Now here it says D808, 898 to 899, or 898 and 899 are part of this setup. Okay, we'll go to the circuit and D898 and 899 are down here, which is part of this circuit. Now, in the middle here, we've got a cap in here. This goes here, and I'm working out this as we go along. Now, we've got a bridge rectifier here. We've got a doubling arrangement here. Just not real sure what's what here. I think the two capacitors in question, being on the back of 899, would be this cap here, and the back of 898 would be this cap here. So I would say those, well, this one is 100 mic, this is only a 0.1, okay? So we come across here to a 220 on the front of this fella. There's a lot of this that, okay, yeah, it goes back to the middle of the two caps, which are not an exact match for a doubling circuit. I'm not real sure how this circuit works, guys, but I think this one here is yeah, voltage, yeah, I don't know where that goes. Plus voltage comes out of there, minus out of here, which is a separate arrangement. Those two the two, these go to the transformer, okay? So we've got one coming in here and one coming in here. So that's the transformer. This is our neutral, I would say, from the transformer and up to here. Guys, it's a little bit of a strange circuit, but as you can see, there's not much over here, but it does mention these two diodes. So I think we'll have a look at this board overall, and if there's electrolytics on this board, we're changing them. Okay, so, and we'll, of course, we'll attack each one individually and see what the value is to narrow down the exact cause on this one. Now, I also noticed that IC902, it's our 10 volt regulator that goes to the tuner. Output 9.6, that's fine. Input 11. It's only got a 2 volt drop across it. I'd say that 11 is supposed to be probably 20 volts, 22 volts across there. So, and that reg is actually cold. Okay, we still have our hum on there. Not extremely bad, but I did change one capacitor here, but it made no difference. It was just on the input side of IC902, but it did seem to make a slight difference. Okay, enough of the rambling on. It's time for a coffee. And let's have a look up the other end here as to where this board is. Okay, here's our board. This is our, well, input board, if you want to call it that. We can, yes, we can, I think, unplug everything. Yes, we can. Okay, so that seems to be the board where the problem is. Okay. Here's our board. All looks quite good. A little bit dusty. I'll go out, clean the dust off, and I'm sure one of these electrolytics will reveal what's going on with this thing. I'm just going to go through. There's 5 caps here. I'm going to replace the lot anyway, and we'll measure each one. There's that hum could be coming, well, from just about anywhere. Yeah, guys, I'm just going to remove them. This is the quickest, rather than trying to work out the circuit and what to do with it. As I said, I'm a repair technician. I'm not an engineer. So let's take these out one by one. We'll check them, and I'm sure we'll find what's going on here very shortly. We'll start with these 2 big fellas here, a 2200 and a 1000, both rated at 25 volts. Right, I've got my little old capacitance meter here. Now, this thing is probably, I don't know, 30 years old, just works, and I turn it on and it works. I replace the battery every, probably 5 years, in around that anyway. And yet I have a little TC one, as you've seen me use, the little, the little Chinese device. And yeah, I grabbed it this morning. Yeah, the battery's flat. And, well, you got to charge the thing because it sits in standby, every few days to keep it, going. This is my bitch with the good old ordinary meters versus these new ones, which are rechargeable, and yeah, they're good, and they've got fancy screens and everything. All I want is numbers on here. Okay, another rant. Okay, we'll go for a little. It goes over 2,000, so to get to 20,000, I've got to push both those in. Let's see what he measures. It's a 2200 at 25 volts. And yeah, close to 2200. Of course, your times by 10. Yeah, jumping around a bit, but anyway, it'll be replaced. Now, this one is a 1000 at 25 volts. Let's see what he reads, and I can put it on 2000 scale. Should read 1000. And of course this thing doesn't tell me ESR and all that, but once again, jumping around a little bit, but nothing out of the normal. So neither of those are going to cause problems, but we'll replace them right now. Okay, the next one, we'll do these two. This little fella at the front and the fella behind him. Then we'll do that one. Okay, we'll 220 at 35 volts. Let's see what he measures. 230, not too bad. Okay, not looking good so far. And the front one is a 100 at 35 volts. What's he measure? We'll go to the 200 scale. 39. Guys, I'd say that's probably him. So, it'll be interesting to put him on my little ESR meter as soon as we finish this to see what it reads. Now, that is C899. That's C899. Let's have a look on the circuit. 898. Come back here. That's that fella there. And he goes to the centre of those diodes. Okay. So AC comes in, and that's an AC line. Goes to these fellas, and strangely enough goes through a fusible resistor down to this fella here. Okay, this is the doubler circuit. So 899 is faulty. We'll put a ring around that fella. That's probably the culprit. Okay. Righto. And we'll replace him, and then we've only got the one to go. And here's the new one we're putting in, just to see what he reads, out of interest. 99.6, 99 point something, 0.3, 0.2, so 0.4. So there you go. We'll try this one again, just to prove a point, and 33. Okay. As I said, we'll inspect him with our ESR meter, our little unit, the other unit. Oh, hang on, he's charged. I'll grab it while it's charged up. Okay, here we go. I will be doing a modification on this to stop it in standby mode. I'll be putting an on-off switch in it that disconnects the battery when you turn it off. So the standby always uses battery. Okay, here we go. Let's try this one. Taking its time. Capacitor 29 picofarad. Okay. Well, I can't even get an ESR on it. Well, let's try that again. Try and get an ESR. Nope, 28 picofarad that time. Yeah, well, I'd say, guys, that one is probably the faulty cap. But we will continue and replace the other one. I'll put him in and I'll come back when we test him. This one's a 3300 at 16 volt. Let's see, I've pushed both those in. So we might get a reading, we might not. We should get 33. 3000. Yeah, okay. Let's, now that my other little machine's charged up, let's put him on there. Let's see what he measures. Yeah, 3160. So not too bad. A loss of 6.5, but yet the ESR is 0.07 ohms. Okay, so yeah, that's sort of a bit contradictory, I think, on what it is. But anyway, we're replacing it anyway. As I said, this board doesn't go back in without all the caps on it. 3300, I'll grab one of those. I'll be back. and some methylated spirits, or isopropyl. You can use isopropyl. I've got metho here right in front of me, so I'll use that. This gets away any stray solder blobs or anything like that that we may have missed, and I'll have a look at this after I finish under the Maggie lamp and make sure all the joints are right. Plus, it makes our finished job look really good. Okay, just like I bought one. I don't like flux left on the board. Yeah, okay, I will get this ready and we'll put him in. Just gotta work out a sequence of getting him in there. There we go. Now, we've got an earth tag there. You don't forget those. Just trying to get in a position where you guys can see what's going on there. Okay, one in there. And one at the back. Okay, our power lead, our transformer lead, which I'll put underneath there. We'll push our little connector to the main board down. It's just a push-on connector, and this fella will be our standby sense, probably to the front panel, possibly. Okay, and there is one more. Couldn't find him. He goes up the front. Another winding from the transformer. There we go, guys. He's in. Is it going to work? Is it? Will we see sparks where I've done something wrong and a lot of smoke? Or will it work? Okay, here we go. We're plugging in. We're turning on. She's on. The display has come up. And listen to that. Yes, I know it's it's only hash, but there is no hum. Now let's try and get an outside antenna on this so we can possibly hear something. Okay, the speaker connections were a bit silly.
Available at investment, as well as finely crafted jewellery.
Sounds good, guys. Can we do an FM? Let's if I can get just that sitting in there on FM and tuning.
Particularly in childcare, we want to build.
And we keep going up. And you can probably hear the dogs next door howling. Geez, they give me a caning. They don't stop. Anyway, this should find a station shortly. There we go. And it sounds really good. Well, we've disconnected the aerial. So we've got a little bit there. But no hum, guys. That's it. Fixed it. Okay, one little cap actually, but we did replace all the caps in the standby board. So yeah, let's have a look at the voltages here on the power rig and see what difference they are now to what they were, because we did have about what was it, 7.8 or something going into the power rig. It was something ridiculous. We'll just check this. Okay. Voltage. Okay, going into the power rig, we now have 22 volts. Okay, I think we had 11. I think. So the voltage doubler wasn't working. 22 in, and we should have 12 out, I think. And if I can get on it, 11.98. Okay, that's good. That's very good. But yeah, she's going nicely. And absolutely no hum. Now, I will check the rest of this amp, guys. I have had the CD and the tape, video, DVD. I don't know whether this guy uses this. He only wants it for the tuner and the CD. And, well, tape monitor, I suppose, if he wants auxiliary in. I guess we better check that. But I'll check that. I'm going to end the video now. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. It's been a bit of a, just a bit of a run around. And I just went through things that I thought would be faulty rather than bogging down in too much theory. Okay, so an STR-DE485, there you go, Sony surround sound, very nice amp, very nice amp indeed. Okay, if you like it, give us a thumbs up. That really, really helps the channel spread throughout the internet, and yeah, helps me going along and producing more videos. Super thanks if you want to donate and keep me going on this channel, would be really, really appreciated. And of course, subscribe and hit the bell. Okay, that way YouTube will tell you when my next video is up there. Righto guys, there's not much to put in the top on this because there's no screws in it, so it's only a matter of sitting it together. Okay, until the next time, and the next video won't be long. It's bye for now.
Yeah.